got our set of weights. We can put those off to the side. We'll do a little bit of movement to warm up first. Let's take those feet about hips distance apart. We're going to take a big circle all the way up. Hands come down on our hips. Hips come back, a slow tuck round and roll, just to start moving through the spine, the shoulders. We'll do it again. Big inhale, big lift of those ribs. Hands on the hips, hips back, slow tuck round and roll all the way up. Let's take that right leg and step it out to the side. Hips go back. So we got a big side lunge. We feel that inner thigh. Our glutes engage as we're pushing it down into the floor, into the heels. On an exhale, we're going to step that right leg in, and then we'll take 9 singles. So we'll step outright, hips back into the heel, back to center. Okay. Keeping a little tightness in the core. The spine stays long. We're going to take one more. And of course, Barbara, you can just do side reaches with that leg, okay? Let's step out to the left, hips come back, big inner thigh stretch, core is engaged, pushing into that left heel, we step to center. 9 singles. Feel free to just do those taps out to the side. We're lunging, we're making sure that our knee ends up over the ankle, and that we feel that push as we push off. We'll take one more. Good, we'll come back in the center. We're going to pull that right knee up towards the chest. Toes are up. We're going to switch. We're going to start to take like a little march, side to side. Warming up the hips. Good, let's start to keep the march, but take it wider. Step out to the side a little bit more. Good, really opening it up. And we'll add that rotation through the waist, turning our chest towards the knee that we're lifting. About 10 more seconds. 3, 2, last one. Let's step the legs wide. Okay? Toes maybe a tiny bit turned out. We're going to hinge from those hips. Stick the hips way back, reach the top of the head towards me. Feel those hamstrings, the back of the thighs. Good. Let's start to bend the knees. Drop the tush down towards the floor as you lift the chest so we come into a wide squat. Hold in tight through that low belly. Let's dip down and up. Squat down. Press into the heels. Squeeze the buns on the way up. Next one, we're holding it down in that wide squat. Belly tight, right arm reaches up and over. Lifting out of that rib cage, switch. Good, continue. Big movement through the side body. Good, those thighs holding you steady. 4, 3, 2, one more each side. Good, back to the center. Let's slowly straighten those legs out. We're going to turn toes in, heels and toes to bring those legs back together. Give them a little bit of a shake, and then let's pick up our weights. All righty. Shoulder blades back and down. Barbara, if you don't want to do any of the lunging because you're taking care of that knee, that's great. Just come through the arm work. For those of you following through with the lunges, let's take a forward lunge with a hammer curl. Right leg starts. Big push off. Slow and controlled. Staying with that right leg. One more right leg. Let's go right into the left. That's it. We'll take two more. Next one, last one, good one. Good, we'll stand back to center. We're gonna come into a deadlift. So weights are gonna slide around in front of the thighs, but we're gonna open the chest, draw the navel in, and it's a big hip hinge. Slow on the way down. Exhale, push into those heels. Nice tall posture. Inhale. Exhale. Good, looking for the hamstrings here. Two more times. Next one, when you come up real slow. Focus. Good. We'll relax those shoulder blades, put them back and down. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do reverse lunge, okay? So we're gonna hold this reverse lunge. Doesn't matter which leg's back, because we're gonna just hold the static lunge. A little tuck of that tailbone, feeling the front of the thigh, the hip flexor open up. From here, okay? We're gonna go ahead, whatever knee is bent, whatever leg is forward, you're gonna put your weight on top of that leg. Okay? So we're gonna balance in our lunge and take a row. With the hip hinge, reach your chest towards me, let the arm hang. On the exhale, pull the elbow back. On the inhale, slowly resist that resistance all the way down. Good. Good, that lunge, challenging your balance a bit. Take two more. Good, release, step forward, let's switch legs. Static lunge. If you need to put the heel down, that's fine, but if you keep it up in that lunge, gives you a little more challenge. Core pulls in tight, whatever leg is forward, hand on that thigh. Other arm is the working arm. Elbow pulls back, stays close to the body, slow to return down. Last one. Good, we'll step together. We'll roll the shoulders. We're gonna release. Let's put one weight just right out in front of us. We're not gonna move, so it's safe footing, but we're just gonna reduce the weight. If your weights are lighter and you wanna hold both, feel free to do so. I'm working with 12, so they're a little bit heavier. So if you've got some real light ones, feel free to keep both weights with you, okay? All right, toes turn out a little bit. One weight or two weights hanging out in the center. We're gonna do those wide squats, stepping out. We'll do 10 on the right, 10 on the left, okay? Belly tight, let's step out wide. Push, bring it in. Step out wide, push into the heels, bring it in. That's it. Next one, let's hold it out there in that wide squat. Just our waist rotating, turning our chest. Keeping the weight or weight at the chest level. The knees should stay wide and pointing the same direction as the toes. Five, four, three, two. Last one, coming back to center. Step together, release, roll out those shoulders. Get ready for the other side. Take it out. Weight or weights come into the chest. Starting hips distance, toes slightly turned out as we step wide out to the left. Drop it way down, push off and bring it in. We're going to take 2 more. This last one, this next one, we're going to hold it out wide again and look for those rotations through the waist. Exhaling twist, inhaling center. Good, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good, step it in, relax, roll out those shoulders. All right, let's squat down. We're picking up that weight again. Shoulders and shoulder blades roll out. This time we're going to do reverse lunge, and we're going to turn palms to face forward for the bicep curl. Okay, palms to face forward for the bicep curl. Soft in our hips and our knees. Right leg steps back into a reverse lunge or just a tap. Take a curl with it. Stay with the right leg. Repeat. Two more this side. Last one, right leg. Let's go right into the left leg. So left leg. That's it. Next one will be last one. We'll release the arms at the side and set up for our deadlift. Okay, set up for the deadlift. Option, just like we did before with both feet on the floor. Another option is taking it one leg. Okay, taking right toes behind, inhaling down as you balance on the left leg. Weight still come down towards the toe. Exhale as you stand tall. Good. So if you're doing the single leg, we'll do 5 and 5. Okay. Good. Here's 5. Good. Switching legs if you're doing singles. If not, just continue with the double leg. Two more. Good. Releasing, rolling, coming back into the center. All right. We're going to place one weight out in front of us. Okay, one weight out in front of us. We're going to take that right leg forward, left leg back. We're going to hold in a lunge. Okay. If we want to, we can turn that back heel in and find a more steady stance. But if we can, we're going to just hold into that lunge. Okay. All right. Hand on the side, arm hanging down. We're looking for that row again. On the exhale, pull the elbow back. Control as it comes down. Thinking about those shoulder blades, working hard to pull that back. Good. Keep that neck long. Two more. Step forward, switch hands with the weight. Good. Weight on the side with the leg that's back. Hip hinge, a little support from the hand. Exhale, row. Inhale, release. Good, we'll take one more. Then we'll release. We'll roll those shoulders out, and we're going to bring that one weight into our center of our chest. Okay, center of our chest. We're going to take feet a little bit wide, just slightly wider than the hips with toes turned out. Okay? All right. So sitting back into that wide squat, we're going to do an overhead push. Make sure when we push the weight overhead that it's not behind the head, that it's out in front. Okay? Stand tall. Here we go. Sit back into the glutes push. Control on the way in. We'll take 2 more. Last one here. Good. Drop that weight down. Roll out those shoulders. All righty. Let's go ahead. We're going to put both weights down just off to the side slightly, just so it's out of our way. For now, hands on hips. Okay, hands on hips. Let's take the heels together like a ballet stance. Okay, heels together, toes wide. Inner thighs come together, and we lift up and in through that low pelvic floor. Okay, we're going to take the right heel, put it slightly forward towards the left toes. Okay, so right heel is in, toes out, inner thigh. Okay, here we go. I'll push with that heel straight forward. Should feel the length in the inner thigh. Slowly lower. But each time, maybe a little contraction here into the core to help support the leg. Good, controlled, challenge that balance. We'll take 5 more. On the next one, hold that leg forward, bend the knee, bring the heel towards the shin, push that heel away, okay? So bend and straighten that right leg. Keep the foot flexed the entire time, strengthening around those knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, bring it in, give it a shake. We're going to set up for the other leg. Start in first ballet position. Then let's take that left heel forward towards the toe. Really tall, shoulder blades back and down. Focus on the inner thigh as we lift that left leg from the hip. Five more. Next one's one where we're going to hold it up, bend the knee, heel comes in, straight leg, push the heel away, flex that quadricep. Two more. Last one. Good, release, shake it out. All right, so we're going to do the reverse. Working a little bit more on the back side. We're going to take heels together, toes wide. We're going to take our right heel slightly behind the left, still pulled up and tight. We're going to focus on that right leg. It's a little push of the heel behind, okay, without arching the back. All right, let's do it. Tight glutes. Flex that. Five more. Keep stability throughout the spine. Next time up, let's leave it up and do little pulses. Little focus, controlled pulses, challenging the balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, kick it out. And then setting up for the other side. Heels together. Left leg steps just slightly behind the right. We're tight and tall. When you're ready, flexing that glute and hammy to push that left leg, that straight left leg behind you. Two more. Next one, hold it up. Find your little pulses, your balance, your focus. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in. Give it a kick. Give it a shimmy. Give it a shake. All right, let's squat down to pick those weights up again. All right. Feet, hips distance, maybe slightly wider if that's more comfortable for you as we go into a regular squat. Okay, a regular squat. So last round of biceps, all right? So we're gonna sit back in our squat, hammer curl, nice and tall. Okay, sit back curl. Good, long spine the whole time, controlled. Two more. So just hold the squat down. Hold your bicep curl. Little pulse. Pushing into the heels. Good. Come on. Spine strong. 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly come all the way up. Release those arms. Roll the shoulders out. Let's take right leg forward, left leg back into a lunge. Balancing. Okay. Right hand, right weight is on that side. Left arm's the mover. Here we go. 10 rows. Good. Keeping neck long. Next row, hold that up there. Okay, hold your elbow back. Lengthen your neck, shoulder blades down. Let's go into a tricep pushback, straightening the arm, pushing the weight behind, bending the elbow, bringing it in. We'll take 2 more pushbacks. Then we'll release, step forward, roll it out and switch sides. Good, finding that static lunge, body weight centered. Left hand on the left thigh, right arm doing the work. Here we go, 10 rows. Next one's the one we're holding it up there so we can do our tricep pushback. Lengthen the neck, hold the shoulder blades down, then straighten that arm out behind you, bend the elbow, bring the weight in. Two more. Last one. Good. Bring it in. Roll those shoulders out. One weight goes down. We're going to do our overhead press. So again, if your weights are really light, keep both. Okay? If weights are light, keep both. Otherwise, it's one heavier weight. So you can do the press above. Okay? The press above. Let's take feet about hips distance apart. Okay? When we push the weight overhead, again, we don't want to arch the back. We're going to challenge the balance in the core a little bit more. Bending that right knee. The knee comes up as the weights go overhead. Slowly lower, tap down. So knee lifting as we press over the head. One more this leg. Good. Roll the shoulders out, shift all the weight to the other side. Weight starts at the chest. Here we go. Press up, left knee lift. We'll take two more. Last lift. Good. Weight comes down. We roll out those shoulders, roll out those necks. All right, we're going to set up our mat if it's not already, or whatever space it is you're going to use on the floor. Let's keep our weights close by so that we can reach them. Set up everything on the floor. All right. Sweet, this is kind of my marker. Let's take a quick stretch before we come down to the floor. Big circle, big inhale all the way up. Hands on our hips, Hips come back. Slow tuck round and rolling through that spine, one vertebra at a time, ending with a nice big shoulder roll. Good. Hip hinge, coming down to our plank. Walking those hands out. We can come onto our elbows, our forearms if we'd like. Good. Chest open. Navel drawn up and in. Good. If we feel any tension in the back, we draw in through the navel to lift the hips just a tiny bit higher so they're in line with the shoulders. You can always come down to the knees. We're breathing, thinking about the length of the body. The glutes and thighs are flexed and pulling towards the arms. Arms, pushing into those triceps, pulling them back towards the feet. We're taking 10 more seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come into a child's pose. Extended, arms out in front, hips pull back. We take a couple of deep breaths here. All right, from our extended child's pose, we're going to transition into kneeling push-ups. So let's move those hands slightly further apart so that they're slightly wider than our shoulder width. Wide spread fingers, okay? Wide spread fingers to press into the floor, fingertips. On the inhale, we're going to shift forward into that kneeling plank. We'll pause there as the chest opens, the belly tightens. Little bend of the elbow. Doesn't have to be a huge push-up. Okay. Exhale, bring it back into extended child's pose. Inhale, shift forward. Little push-up. Bring it back. Slow, controlled. Rather you do fewer of them. Get a couple of good ones. Then a whole bunch where your hips have dipped down or your shoulder blades come loose. You don't want those coming loose. So think about squeezing those chest muscles as you press back up. We've got 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, finishing up whatever last one you're on, ending in that extended child's pose. We're going to take the arms, walk them over to the left side of the room, pressing out through your right rib cage for a side stretch. On the inhale, we bring it back to center, and on the next exhale, out to the other side. So back to center. All right, we're coming in on all fours. Okay, coming in on all fours. Little space between the knees. Arms fully extended if your wrists will allow. We're going to extend through our right leg, pushing through the heel into that spinal balance. Our hip bone is pointing down towards the floor. Once you stabilize that right shoulder, lift your left arm. So you've got left arm, right leg fully extended. Heel pushing, fingers reaching. On our exhale, we're going to release, lower those limbs. And on the inhale, we're switching. Stabilizing through the core. Left heel pushes, right fingers reach. Exhale, release and switch. Inhale, extend. Getting as long as we can on the extension. And stabilizing the torso on the switch. Good, come on. Push. One more time each side. Good, let's hold this out there. Stabilize the shoulder again. Let's take the crunch under the body. Knee and elbow meet. Pull through the navel to get them in. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, stretch it out.
Close your eyes.
3 more.
Get out of your skin.
Last one this side. Bring it back to center, shift the body weight, switch. Let's extend the leg, reach the opposite arm. Good, on the exhale, draw it in and under. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch.
This world of ticking clocks, I hope I'm getting through.
One more. Good, release. Round the back like a cat. Arch the back like a cow. Round one more time. Good, center neutral. Let's drop down onto our elbows, our forearms, making sure the elbows are underneath the shoulders, and then our neck is not crunched up. Okay, so we've pushed in to those shoulders to extend the elbows down towards the floor to lengthen through the shoulder girdle and the neck. Knees are still hips distance apart and underneath the hips. Flexing our right foot, we're looking for a donkey kick. Heel towards the ceiling, keep the knee bent, and then press that heel up. Press. Good, just like you're stamping the heel on the ceiling, activating the glutes.
Stop the clocks, the bees are humming in between the contrasts of our souls.
The lower abdomen remains tight all the way through. 5, 4, 3. Next one up, let's leave that heel up there. Square the hips, point the toe, adjust the body so everything feels good with the shoulders. Straight leg, toe tap down, engage the glutes, lift that straight leg. So straight leg, lift and lower with control without arching our backs. Oh, we should be feeling the burn by now. Let's give it one more, good one. Good, tuck that knee underneath, find child's pose, deep breath. On the inhale, shifting forward to set up for the other side. Restacking shoulders, loosening neck, little space between the knees, donkey kick start. Left toe curls under, heel up towards the ceiling. Good, reach that heel up there. Keep that core tight. Come on, steady. 3, 2. Next one up. Let's hold the leg up, straighten it, point the toe, square the hips. Straight leg, lift and lower. Good. Think about the glutes. Think about what we're working. Five more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, big one. Tuck that knee underneath, child's pose. Big stretch, big breath. Good. Cat pose. Come into all fours, round the back, let the head hang, stretch the neck. All four neutral. Let's bring the knees together and come to a seated position. Okay, so we'll swing those legs around. All right, we're going to take this into a Russian twist. So it depends upon your weights. If they're lighter weights, you can hold both weights. If they're heavier weights like mine, you can hold one on either end. Okay? We're going to hold them at the chest, and we're going to tuck those elbows in. We're going to use heels on the floor out in front of us with a slightly bent knee. Lifting the chest, drawing the belly in to get that spine as long as we can. Okay, as long as we can. We're going to lean back just slightly from the hips so we feel those abs engage. Rotating side to side. Exhale, twist. Inhale, use that side wall of your waist to come back to center. Exhale, twist other way. Come on. Good. You can work at your own pace here, going side to side. Making sure every time you come back to the center that the chest is up and open and the shoulder blades do not round forward. Good, 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Weight goes down, okay? Leaving those heels down on the floor, okay? We're gonna take both arms out in front of us with fists. We're gonna hip hinge to reach forward like we're in a rowing machine, okay? We're gonna pull back, nice long spine. Hands come in towards the rib cage. Should be a little quake here without a pooch, okay? Hold that tight. Inhale, hip hinge, reach forward, stretch, lengthen. Exhale, pull that belly in tight, lean back. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull back, sit. Almost there. Let's take 3, 2. This last one, let's hold it back there. Hold it back. Lift the chest. Pull the belly in. Hold, hold, hold. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch it forward. Reach for the toes. Maybe even straighten out those legs if the hamstrings will allow. Big inhale and exhale. Nice stretch. Good. We're going to roll all the way down. Let's take this opportunity for a C curve. If your weights aren't near you on either side, you can go ahead and get them and adjust them. C curve. Pulling the belly in, rounding the back. Fingertips reach towards the toes. On the inhale, one vertebra at a time, we slowly lower down. Arms start to go overhead. Full body stretch. Fingers one direction, toes the other. On the exhale, right knee comes into the chest. We give it a hug. Good. Keep that right knee into the chest. Slowly elevate your left leg, your straight left leg. Draw that low back into the floor. Feel steady through the core. We're going to alternate knee hugs, okay, like a bicycle. So we'll push that right heel out, bring that left knee in. We're going to alternate side to side slowly. Also getting a nice big stretch out of the hips. Your head can remain down. If your neck is healthy and you would like to add a little more challenge, you can draw that navel so tight down that the head lifts just a little bit off the floor, and you can hold it there throughout your alternating knee hug. We got 10 seconds left. 3, 2, next one is last one. Let's bring both knees into the chest. Let your head come all the way down if it was elevated. We're going to keep knees bent. Knees together, ankles together. Knees are bent at a 90 like you're sitting in a chair. Arms either out to the side or for a little more back support, tuck them underneath your hips. Okay? All right. The movement comes from the hips. The knees stay bent at that 90 degree the entire time. So the movement is from the hips, legs like dead weight. Draw the navel down towards the floor. Allow those legs to lower towards the floor just before that exhale. Pull that belly in, bring the legs back up. So lowering as far as you can without the back arching, and then drawing in to get them back up to center. And if you feel any arch in the back at all, put those hands underneath the hips. Give yourself a little extra support. Halfway, about 15 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So give those knees a quick hug. We're going to release. Knees are bent, okay? Knees are bent. grab your weight, or if they're super heavy, just one weight. We're going to do a little bit more tricep here. We're going to take either 2 weights or 1 weight, depending on the heaviness of it. We're going to extend the weights over the head, directly above the head. Our feet are set up in bridge position with knees bent, both feet on the floor. We're going to push into those heels to lift up into our bridge, squeezing the glutes, thighs staying parallel, holding our bridge, looking for those triceps. We're going to do skull crusher. Elbows bend, the weight or weights come towards the top of the head, and then we slowly straighten. Hips staying up in your bridge. Good, steady shoulders. Don't let those hips sink. We're almost there. Five, 4, 3. Good, finishing up. Let's take that weight or weights, put them on your hip bones. We're going to take hip dips. So we're going to allow the hips to lower towards the floor, push into the heels, squeeze the buns to lift the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Lower, squeeze and lift. Good, pushing that whole foot in the floor. Next one up, we're holding up little pulses, little squeezes of the glutes and hammies. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly lower those hips all the way down to the floor. Good, let's take the weight or weights. We're going to bring it overhead and it's slightly off of the floor, okay? So you don't want it to touch the floor. It's hovering over the floor. Draw that low back up and in towards the floor. Okay, up and in towards the floor. On the exhale, pulling it through the belly, bring the weight toward those bent knees. Inhale, reach the weight overhead, slowly control it so it just hovers above the floor. Exhale, engage the abdominals to bring it back up. A little shoulder flexibility along with the core challenge. Each time you lift it, you draw the navel in. About 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, finishing up. Right, let's get rid of that weight. You can put that off to the side. We're going to cross our left ankle over our right thigh. Okay, left ankle over our right thigh. Twisting crunch. Fingertips go behind the head. Elbows are wide. And elbows are wide. Open up the chest. Engage the core. On an exhale. Right shoulder. Twist towards that left knee. Keep the abdominals in. Don't let them pooch. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale up. Inhale down. You can work at your own pace here. Stay focused on that rotation. That's it, relax enough. Five seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Next one is your last one, and it's a really good one. Release. Sit and cross. Switch. Reset. Lengthen the neck. On the exhale, let's do it. Left shoulder. Find that twist in the abdomen. Inhale, bring it down. Keep it tight. 5 seconds. Each one counts. 4, 3. Next one, make it a good one. Get a good rotation. Good, bring it into center. Let's uncross the legs. We're gonna bring both knees in, a little bit of a tuck. Maybe lifting head and shoulders if you do. Really focus on that back. Keep it safe. On the inhale, we're gonna extend both legs, both arms. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, extend. If you feel anything in your neck, leave the head down instead of lifting it. Get a little pause when you're out there extended. Back not arching. Everything tight. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3. Hold this last one out there. Hold it extended. Head can be down or up. Holding, breathing, drawing the rib cage in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in for that tuck. Let's take arms out wide, knees together, ankles together, like you're sitting in a chair. We're going to do side to side, working our way into a twist, but we'll take a little abdominal first so we won't let the legs come all the way down. If you're fatigued, feet can stay on the floor, and you can take the challenge, the ab challenge, the twist with the feet still remaining on the floor. Alrighty, let's go. Knees go to one side of the room, whether feet are on the floor or elevated. Before it touches the floor, you exhale, draw that rib cage in to support as you bring the knees back to center. Switching sides, alternating, rolling side to side slowly and with control. Shoulders and shoulder blades remain flat on the floor, as does the head. Good. Work those obliques. Good, we'll take one more each side. And then we'll take both knees off to one side of the room, bring them all the way down to the floor. Stacking feet, stacking knees, working our way into a twisting stretch. We're going to turn our palms face up and turn our head in the opposite direction of the knees. We're going to take a couple of breaths here. Allow the chest to open. Allow everything to relax. Big inhale through the nose. Full, complete exhale. Good. Next exhale, we'll bring those legs back to center and switch sides. Next exhale, rolling back onto our back. Holding onto the knees, we'll rock a little bit side to side to release anything we may be feeling in the spine or the hips. If you'd like to, rocking forward and back. Good, either rolling over to your side and using your arms to push you up into a seated position, or rolling front to back, tuck your chin really tight if you're doing that. We're going to roll over onto all fours. And for a little bit of a stretch, we'll take that right leg around to the side and out front into a runner's lunge. Then we'll allow the hips to fall in forward. Get a nice big stretch out of that hip flexor. If the knee will allow, we can bend that back knee, flex the foot, get a little quadricep stretch as well. Good. Lowering the leg if it's lifted, we're going to just shift our body weight back to find the hamstring. So we're taking that front heel, putting it on the floor and putting the toes towards the ceiling, lifting through the hips and angling the tailbone back so that we're reaching our chest over the leg towards the toes. We should feel a big hamstring stretch. The more you flex the foot or pull the toes back towards the shin, the more calf you'll get as well. We'll release, shifting forward, taking that right leg out to the side, bringing the left leg around front for the same thing into that runner's lunge. Extending through that hip and hip flexor. Option to flex that back right knee and foot for your quad. Shifting back for the hamstring, putting the heel on the floor, toe up, lift up and out of that waist to tilt the pelvis so your tailbone reaches back and your chest reaches towards the toe. Toes back towards our shin. Good. Slow release, shifting forward, working our way up to standing, curling those right toes underneath, coming into a wide squat, and then slowly rolling up. Take your time coming up so you don't get a head rush. At the top, we're going to take a couple of shoulder rolls. Big, deep, and indulgent. Let's take the hands behind, interlacing the fingers if you can. If not, just reaching open arms. Shoulder blades squeeze back and then pull down. Soft knees and hips. On the inhale, hip hinge, reaching the chest forward, keeping knees soft. We're going to reach those clasped hands towards the ceiling, stretching out the shoulders. Allow the head to hang. Big deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Allow the hands to drop towards the buttocks. Bring them underneath the head. Let them hang as you slowly roll up again, one vertebra at a time, continuing to tuck the tailbone, pull the belly in. Head will be the last thing up. When it comes up, fingertips reach down to the floor. Right ear reaches off to the side. Head in center. The other side, nice big neck stretch. The center, turning, looking over the right shoulder, keeping shoulder blades back. Other side. Good, center it up. Big inhale, circle, lift those ribs. Hands on the hips, hips back. Last time, tuck round and roll, release the spine. Step the shoulder blades back. Have a great day.